Pip air did not just grow cold. It was the eve of the great harvest, a time when the forest usually smelled of damp earth and rotting leaves, but tonight the scent was replaced by the metallic tang of ice. Pip, a squirrel whose russet fur was now matted with rime, huddled deep within the crook of an ancient oak. He watched as the sap on the bark froze into jagged diamonds, realizing with a jolt of terror that the life was being sucked out of his world. "It is not a natural storm, little one," a voice boomed from the branch above. Pip looked up his paws, already numbing. He thought of the nursery in the lower hollow, filled with families huddling together for a warmth that was rapidly fading. "Fine," Pip squeaked, his voice gaining a sudden sharp edge of determination. "But if we survive this, you owe me a winter's worth of truce." "Keep moving," Balthazar urged, though Pip buried himself deep in Balthazar's thick neck feathers. Eyes squeezed shut as the owl buffeted the unnatural gale. They landed at the base of the Crag of Sighs, a jagged tooth of rock that marked the entrance to the Shadow Caverns. The air here was different. It was heavy, smelling of stagnant water and something ancient and predatory. "The skitterers do not see with eyes," Balthazar whispered, his voice barely a breath. "They feel your heartbeat. They feed on the chill in your blood. If you show fear, the darkness will thicken until you cannot breathe." "You must be the light," Pip said in a teste, came controllably. "Pah!" The stone scraped against his sides, and for a moment he felt the paralyzing grip of claustrophobia. The shadows here were thick, wrapping around his legs like oily silk. They whispered in his ears, voices that sounded like the cracking of ice, telling him he was too small, too weak, and that his friends were already dead, drinking in the stone's heat and turning it into cold malice. Pip knew he couldn't outrun them all in the open. He looked up and saw precarious stalactites hanging directly over the stone. His squirrel instincts took over. He didn't need strength. He needed gravity. The light of the firestone acted as a shield, causing the shadows to evaporate into gray mist wherever Pip ran. He burst back into the main tunnel to find Balthazar surrounded by a dozen of the creatures,